A combined 562 snaps and 377 points scored between the two teams has led to this moment. It is time for Marble 1, featuring the Eastern Pennsylvania Tinspins and the Western Alaska Glaciers. Chase Kaufman here alongside my partner Chris Rollinsworth. Chris, it's been quite the season. We've had thrillers, blowouts, multiple overtime games, and no doubt about it, we're left with the two best teams in the MFL here tonight. Wow, Chase, I mean, what can I even say? These two teams have been spectacular all season long. The Tinspins and the Glaciers both with phenomenal stats, and if you remember, these teams only met once during the season back in Week 8, but that was with backup Tim Foylan, and that was a good game, and boy, is it going to be a good one tonight. And since you mentioned that, let's take a look at some past games in both teams' road to the Marble, starting with Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has been one of the most, if not the most, dominant team all year long. 6-2 on the regular season, their first loss coming against Idaho when they were at their best, and their only other loss was backup Tim Foylan against obviously good Alaska in the final week of the season. The point differential was at plus 66 on the year, the best in the MFL, 4 games over 25 points. This is a high-flying offense. And Chris, you just mentioned them, how about those Glaciers? Another good team here, Chase. Also 6-2 on the regular season. Like the Tinspins, they dropped one to Idaho early in the year when they were on their hot streak. In Week 6, they lost to Iowa, but in Weeks 7 and 8, 2 snap 30 scores that sent them into overtime where they eventually won. 8 of their 9 games have been decided by 1 score this season, but against a powerhouse like Pennsylvania, they have to be on their A game or else they could be on the wrong side of the 1-score game today. So last week's games, let's go over those, Chris. Western Divisional Finals, Alaska took down Idaho 14-7 in the evening game, 7-7 at the half after a late score by Idaho, and Alaska scored the only touchdown of the second half on snap 19. Good defense all game, but from Alaska's standpoint, what do they need to do better offensively? Well, like you said, Chase, great defense all game, but they have got to take advantage of the position of the football. You may have heard my good buddy Tony Rollo mention it last week. When the ball is set up at your own 20-yard line, that's when you're best set up for success. Use your 2 attackers and your leader to get that first touch and drive that ball into the end zone. Because if you don't get that first touch, especially if the ball is in your own territory, well boy, I would not want to be you. Take a look here at the final snap of the first half last week. Ball around the 18-yard line, in great position for a Glaciers push and score, but they totally missed the ball and leave the door wide open for Idaho to grab the score. The defense wasn't at fault for allowing the only touchdown of the game here. This was a missed assignment offensively, and the Spud Muffins made them pay, and fortunately, that was the only time. Great observations, Chris, and same question now, but for Pennsylvania. Really great game last week, took till the final snap to win it. Final score 33-26, led by the MVP frontrunner Al Loy. Oh yeah, Al Loy. Now here's a guy that can dominate you both physically and mentally. And when I say physically, it shows for itself. This is a really thickly built guy. Time after time, he makes plays on the field that nobody else seems to make. The Tinspins lead the league with a whopping 211 points this season, and when I say mentally, I go back to last week's controversy when the ball was knocked off the flag and into the end zone and it was called no touchdown. The Tinspins got in the head of the Cheese Thieves, caused them to false start on the next play, which directly led to a touchdown. Those are the things that make them such a dominant team. On the flip side, defensively they struggled. 2 for 10 on faceoffs, multiple whiffs, and all in all, Al Loy seemed overpowered at times, but even with all those miscues, they still got the win. Well, Chris, we'll see which team can exploit each other's weaknesses tonight in Marble 1. We'll see you at the half. It's now time to go down to the field for tonight's pregame introductions. rousing introductions. The crowd is ready to go as we get a look at some divisional round stats. The Glaciers, they won the coin toss, so they elected to defend the left side of the field, which means the Tin Spins are going to defend the right side of the field. The crowd has their cameras out. They are ready to take some pictures of the first snap of the marble. We get a look at the attackers and the defenders for both teams. They've been solid teammates all year long. And we are ready to go. Snap number 1 of the marble heads to the 30-yard line. You saw all the cameras flash there. Get a look at the first snap of the game. And if that's any foreshadowing between Yeti and Alloy fighting at the 50, well then we have a good one ahead of us. First half points for a game. Tin Spins 12.6 on the year. Glaciers just 6. Snap 2-0 there. Ball at the 11. Touchdown! Tin Spins! First score of the game goes to Pennsylvania. Take another look. Ball around the 11. The Glaciers pop it up but couldn't push it very far. And the Tin Spins were able to knock that one in. Defender nowhere to be found. Tin Spins put the first score on the board. Up 6-0, PAT pending. Extra point, good for a mile. 7-0 Tin Spins. So the Glaciers in a hole early, down 7-0 through 3 snaps. Touchdown, Glaciers! Glaciers get on the board right after allowing a touchdown from the Tin Spins. Ball at the 50. Glaciers win the face-off. Hard-nosed football between Yeti and Alloy. Ball right to the center of the end zone. Touchdown, Alaska. There's a happy Alaska fan there. 7-6, 7-7. So let's get a look at this stat here. Scores off the face-off. So when the ball is at the 50, who's scoring touchdowns? Wisconsin actually led the league with 8. Pennsylvania with 3, Alaska with 5. You saw one there for Alaska, as that one almost goes into the end zone. Ball at the 10. Alaska almost scores on back-to-back plays. Nice teamwork there, and Yeti just missed a bit outside on that one. Snap 6, ball at the 10. Pennsylvania moves it to midfield. And with that, we do want to congratulate our fans of the year. These fans have been through thick and thin for their teams. Jacob Kajawa, fan of the Wisconsin Cheese Thieves. He's been watching every game with a snack in his hand. A tough way to finish the season, but he will be back next year for the Cheese Thieves. So thank you, Jacob. And also, we'd like to congratulate Brenda Livernoy. She was a fan of the Saguaro Sliders all season long. She stuck through it. They had some issues off the field and on the field, but she stuck with that team all season long. Thanks for watching, Brenda. Thank you, Jacob. Thanks for being fans of the Marble Football League. All right, let's get back to the game here. Tied at 7-7. Snap number 7 into the stands for the first souvenir of the game. That'll be worth some money someday. Again, a hard-nosed battle at the 50-yard line. Yeti goes south. Alloy goes north. Ball out of bounds. Snap number 8, touchdown, Glaciers! Glaciers push one in, and they now have a 13-7 lead. Ball at the 48, and what in the world happened there? From the Tin Spins. Everybody just whiffed on that ball. Oh my gosh. Alloy went to the left. We'll have to take a look at that one at halftime, because that one, something didn't seem right on that play. Extra point, no good. Close call there, 13-7 in favor of the Glaciers. Alaska went 7-2 on the year, scored 166 points, 132 allowed. That's including the divisional championship. And we have a flag here. It's going to be a false start on the Glaciers. And that is not what you want to give Pennsylvania. You can't give them any room, because they will take advantage of that. You take a look at the special teams for Alaska, and you take a look at the special teams for Pennsylvania, favored in Pennsylvania's way. Ball at the 30. Oh, down to the 10. So Tin Spins can't take advantage of it. A nice try nonetheless. Just couldn't get enough force on that ball. There wasn't really a defensive stop anywhere by Alaska. That ball now sits at the 10-yard line with a few snaps to go. Pennsylvania, the more disciplined team on the year. Pennsylvania 7-2 as well. Over 200 points scored though on the year, most of them in the first half. And that one way out of play there. Take another look, ball to 30. This is snap 13, so 2 snaps to go for Pennsylvania to try to get on the board to tie this game up or even take the lead going into the second half, where Alaska is great. And there it is! Touchdown, Tinspins! Nice play from the Tinspins to get back on the board and into this game. 13-13, and Alaska really couldn't do much there. They got the forward push like they were supposed to, but Alloy is one of the strongest, if not the strongest player in the MFL, and was able to push that one in along with his teammates. Touchdown Tinspins, 13-13, PAT pending. Extra point, no good, wide right. So snap 15 here, last of the half. Touchdown Glaciers! I think, now I'm not for sure, but I think a Tinspin knocked that in at the end. Get another look, and it sure was. The Tinspin defender or attacker bounced off Yeti, off the wall, into the ball, and into the end zone. And that's something that Yeti has shown all year. Even when he doesn't touch the ball, he is a force on this team. That's a tough play for the Tinspins, and it's going to be a tough one to come back from. Extra point is good. They're going to be talking about that one in the locker room for sure, especially if they want that trophy right there, the Marble Trophy, 2013 at the half. Well, Chris, here we are at the half, a 20-13 Alaska lead, and if it wasn't obvious before how good these two teams are, this first half really showed it. To the box score, Glaciers lead the forward push percentage, doesn't add up to 100 combined because if the ball doesn't move, then neither team gets the push. Glaciers, though, 5 for 5 on the faceoffs. They've pushed the ball a bit further, however, 1 false start on Alaska. Chris?
These two teams are just absolutely magnificent. You know, you got the hard-nosed face-offs, all the touchdowns, and the fans just going crazy for every snap, and this game has sure lived up to its expectations so far.
Let's run through the scores real quick. Snap 3, a touchdown from the Tinspins, battle of the attackers. Very next snap, total opposite. Leaders met at the 50, Yeti won the battle, but Chris, snap 8, I know you were really wondering, what in the world happened there?
Yeah, Chase, no matter how many times I watch it, I just can't believe what a mistake this was for the Tinspins. Take a look at the Tinspins formation in super slow motion here, ball sitting on the high hash mark. As the ball is snapped, immediately you see a problem, one attacker gone. He hits off his teammate Alloy and is knocked out of the play. And because of that hit, Alloy is knocked off his path and had no shot of hitting the ball, which leads to one of the easiest scores you'll see all season long. I don't know if someone missed a blocking scheme audible, but it cost them mightily here.
It sure did. Now, Alaska did go on to miss the extra point. Pennsylvania tied it up on snap 14, but Alaska took the lead right back on the last snap of the half. 20-13 your score as we go into the second half. Chris, some final thoughts on what these two teams need to focus on.
Well, I know this is going to sound really obvious, but you just cannot make rookie mistakes. Line adjustments, audibles have to be clear in that huddle, otherwise something like snap 8 happens, and I know it's loud in here, but it's the Marble. There cannot be any excuses.
All right, Chris, when we talk again, we'll have declared a Marble 1 champ. I'll see you soon. All right, back here to start the second half. Glaciers up 7. Like Chris said, you have to eliminate the mistakes if you want to win the Marble. Snap 16, high in the air, nothing there. Glaciers have been good in the second half all season long. They've scored 100 points in the second half, just 54 in the first. The second half is where they take advantage. Oh, and we got a little scuffle up here by a couple of the attacker and defender marbles. I'm not going to kick anybody out, of course. It is the Marble. Snap 17. Oh, that could have been bad. Real bad for Alaska. Take another look. Yeti misses left. Attacker misses right. But the defender does his job perfectly. Bounces off the launcher onto the field and stops that ball from going to the end zone. We'll have to take a look at that one again if the Glaciers go on to win this game, because that was a great play. Again, Glaciers with. Tinspins don't get any Marble on it either, though. Looks like a Glacier jumped over it. A Tinspin missed to the left. those are mistakes you have to eliminate if you want to win this title. Snap 19, Alaska up 7. Touchdown, Tin Spins! Off the marble launcher and into the end zone. Take another look, ball at the 12. Glaciers again, not much you can do there. They got the first push, they did their job, but Alloy is so strong that he pushed the ball right back the other way, off the marble launcher, onto the 1, and flipped over into the end zone. Nice play by Alloy there. Extra point is good, ties it up at 20, and ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a game. Snap 20, touchdown, Tin Spins! Back-to-back touchdowns for the Tin Spins. Take another look, ball at the 50. They finally win a face-off, and once again, it's the team of Alloy knocking that one through into the end zone. Strongest player on the field. And guys, this has got to be your MVP of the year. They are up 26-20. Extra point is good. Full 7-point lead now for the Tin Spins. Glaciers got to come back. The momentum cannot stay with the Tin Spins. They've got to find a way back. Step 22 into the end zone. Touchdown! Glaciers! Glaciers found a way back. Snap 22. They have a chance to tie it up. And that one was all Yeti. Alloy, for the last 3 snaps, has been pushing this team around. And Yeti said, not so fast. Knocks one in off the wall into the center of the end zone for the score. Extra point is good. Tie game 27 apiece. Extra point percentage just around 3 out of 4 for both teams. And as I say that, ball goes nowhere at midfield. And both teams just kind of hopped over the ball. We'll take that one as a mulligan. Snap 24 upcoming. Ball still at the 50. Ball barely moves. Alaska gets the forward push on that one. 6 snaps left to go. Touchdown! Oh no. A flag on the play, and it's going to be on the Tin Spins. A false start. Yeti tried to catch up with it to stop it, but all of a sudden, a huge swing here. It was almost going to be a touchdown for the Tin Spins. Now the Glaciers, a 5-on-3 advantage. They have to take advantage. This is what title teams do. They take advantage of the opponent's mistakes, and they don't take advantage of that mistake there, though. 5 snaps to go. Glaciers didn't get much. Very, very good defense by the Tin Spins without Alloy on the field. Take a look. Scores in the last 5 snaps of the game. Wisconsin leads the league with 5. Alaska with 5. We saw a couple of them in snap 30. Pushed it to overtime. They ended up winning those games. Snap 26, nothing there. 4 snaps to go. We're at a tie game. Snap 27. Ball to the 10. Snap 28, ball still at the 10, missed, touchdown, Tin Spins! A huge mistake from the Glaciers. They whiffed on the ball. One jumped over, one jumped to the left, and a Tin Spin was there to put it in the end zone. A huge miss for the Glaciers. Tin Spins up a touchdown, PAT pending. And the Glaciers are going to need to come back from that one. Fans can't believe it. Extra point is good. Now for both teams, every snap you've played, over 270 each. None of them were bigger than these 2 snaps right now. Snap 29, nothing there. Tin Spins, 1 snap away from winning Marble 1. Let's go back to week 7. We just talked about it. Idaho, Glaciers. Glaciers snap 30, get the touchdown, miss the extra point, but won in overtime anyways. Week 8, Tin Spins at the Glacier. Tinfoil the backup in. Yeti scores on the last snap of the game, wins them the division title. They need another one here. Snap 30, last snap of the game, if Tin Spins can hold them here. Glaciers trying to push it to overtime. Fans on their feet. Tin Spins ready to go, ready for a title. Glaciers trying to send it to overtime again. Ball at the 45. Nothing! Tin Spins win the marble! Tin Spins fans going home happy. Glaciers fans gonna have to wait another season. Pennsylvania Tinspins are declared the champions of the Marble. So there you have it, the Pennsylvania Tinspins, your Marble 1 champs. Chris, you really couldn't ask for a much better game.
This is what you live for. Those big moments, the opportunity to step up and make a play. And tonight, the Tinspins were able to make more plays than the Glaciers.
Let's take a look at the final stat lines. At the half, we saw the Glaciers lead in most of these stats. Second half, though, a different story.
I mean, and it showed. Tinspins were down 7 at the half, ended up outscoring Alaska 21-7 in the second half. Everything into the box score improved, the forward push percentage, the face-offs, total yards, and although they were penalized for a false start and wish the touchdown was called back, they didn't let it affect them, and that is a trait of a champion football team.
So let's go back over some plays, starting with the snap that tied it at 20, snap number 19.
If there was a play that showed why Alloy is now the runaway MVP, it's this one right here. Alaska does their job on this snap. They get the forward push with the ball in their territory, but the problem is Alloy has just such huge thighs, huge muscles, and a huge heart. He gets a huge push and knocks the ball with so much force into the end zone.
Very next play, snap 20, game tied at 20-20, just no shot here.
Didn't win a face-off in the first half, but after seeing this play, you would not have guessed that. Same reasons as the last score, just a forceful play by Alloy here.
Snap 22, Yeti gets one back, ties it back up.
Yeah, and typically after the Tinspins gain momentum, they never lay down, but credit to Alaska here. Yeti fights back, knocks it off the wall and into the end zone.
Snap 25 now looked like it was going to be called a touchdown, but it was called back after a false start.
But now credit to Pennsylvania for not letting it faze them. If you remember last week, Wisconsin knocked the ball off the flag and into the end zone. It was ruled no touchdown. They let it affect them, they were called for a false start, and Pennsylvania scored on that penalty. But again, Pennsylvania shows why they're the best team in the league. They didn't let it affect them.
And then 3 snaps later, snap 28, Pennsylvania puts in the final touchdown of the game.
Yeah, Chase, both teams did so good at eliminating the mistakes all second half until now. Freeze and Cube on the right side of the line, Freeze misses left, Cube misses over the top, and it's steal for the Tinspins, who was able to clean up the mess.
Glaciers obviously would not score in the final 2 snaps of the game, 34-27 your final. Chris, it was a heck of a game. Your final thoughts?
Now this is a game you tell your grandchildren about. You had the touchdowns, the defensive stops, the penalties, everything you can think of really, but in the end it came down to the stronger team, and that was Pennsylvania all the way. This is a game we all had circled on the calendar, and but most importantly, I was just thrilled to be here all game long with you, Chase, the fans, and everyone who made this season possible, because it turned out to be a really great season, there's no doubt about it.
Well, thanks, Chris. I'm glad you could be here with us, and of course, we want to thank the fans out there for watching all year long. We also want to thank our producer, editor, director, Daniel Cole. We definitely couldn't have done it without him all season long. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Marble Football League to stay tuned for more updates in the upcoming weeks. For the last time in a while, I'm Chase Kaufman, and thanks for watching the Marble Football League.